Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pescatex product accessory explanation video. Today we're going to focus on Clean Access, one of our latest suppliers that's come on board with Pescatex that we're actually proud to announce, manufacturing in Poland. For many years we've been looking for the right type of accessories for hoses, and it's really been a struggle to really find things that fit very well into the food manufacturing industry. Finally, we found the company that has the products that we're looking for, Clean Access. Today I'm going to talk to you about the fittings on the actual hose. In a food production environment, being a maintenance person, you'll often find that you have to go out into the factory to repair a hose. It happens all the time. It keeps the maintenance guys very busy, where they should be doing more important things other than repairing hoses. So today I'm going to introduce you to a new concept of crimping, or putting a fitting to a hose basically. Traditionally, up to now, what you've seen is a collar that is crimped onto the hose, and the way that looks like is it's your typical collar that then gets attached to the hose. You then take your hose tail, this is called your hose tail, as you can see, and you can see the indentation over here. This collar over here fits beautifully into there. Okay, I'm not going to push it all the way in. You push it all the way in, and you have to put it into a special machine that basically crimps. Okay, it crimps. You push it all the way in, and then you put it into a special machine that crimps. The problem with the crimping process is that unless it's exactly the right size jaws to crimp with a correct amount of pressure, there is the possibilities of over crimping or under crimping. Over crimping will damage the hose and allow for leaks at a later stage. Under crimping will obviously cause leaks immediately. The final product, when it's crimped, looks like this. Okay, so that's your normal crimp onto a hose. This is done at the factory in Clean Access, so the environment's controlled, the machines are all geared up for this specific type of collar and diameter of collar, so they get a very consistent crimp each time. However, out in the field, you're busy cleaning down your food factory, all of a sudden, after a year or two or whatever it may be, your collar or your hose develops a crack or a break, and now what do? Now you've got water everywhere, you still got to clean, and you don't have a crimping machine available. So that's where Clean Access quite cleverly came up with a concept which is called the twist fitting. Very much like your collar and crimping scenario, they decided, why don't we come up with something that doesn't require sophisticated equipment and crimping. You've got to phone a hydraulics company to come on site to crimp. And this is now with the new twist fitting, it's not required. The twist fitting looks very similar to, if you had to look at it at first glance, to a normal fitting with a collar. Let me just get that for you. You can see like that. Very similar if you didn't know that it was actually different. So the way this works quite cleverly is that Clean Access have created the collar, which kind of looks like that. And then what you have to do is, it's designed specifically for their hose. You then have to really push in quite firmly. I'm not going to even attempt it right now because it's actually quite a job. You can possibly take a spanner and actually turn this on until it's all the way down. All right. Once you've done that, and let's assume that this is on, you then take your thread, and it literally screws into the hose with the aid of the thread on the female side. All right. So what you're actually doing is that you're actually creating this extremely good fix onto the hose, which is strong, just as strong, or if not stronger, as your crimp that you do with an actual press. All right, so that goes all the way down till they like that. And you'll use a spanner and you'll tighten it up, and literally you're good to go. All right, so in between there will be your hose, and now that is being secured onto there, and you're good to go. So realistically, if you've got a cut in your hose, or if it's leaking or it's worn down around the actual fitting itself, you take one of these hose cutters, you cut off the affected area, just like that, and then you start the process. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to fit a twist fitting to a hose. Let's assume that this is the hose that you'd like to attach a twist fitting to. Basically, this part inside of what's called the collar is threaded. So it's actually designed to twist onto your hose. Alright, especially the clean access fitting for the clean access hose. While we're at it, you can also just see the different layers of the actual hose, and the grey layer inside is the actual food grade plastic that's been incorporated. That's what makes it the food grade part. Alright, so basically you can twist it, push the hose fitting onto the hose like so, and then you want to turn it towards you, and the hose will then, or the collar, the fitting will twist onto the hose. I might have to use a spanner, so just bear with me. You probably need a vise, it'll probably be a bit easier, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'll try and do it without a vise. Okay. There you go, you just continue like that, and then you'll see it is busy finding its way into the actual hose. Alright, so basically on the side here you'll see a little inspection port, and you want to see blue there, and that ensures or tells you that the hose is all the way in. You really want to get it all the way to the bottom. Okay, let's just give it a few more turns and see how we go. Good forearm strength training. Once that's complete, I'm almost there, but I've got about a centimeter to go. Once that's all the way to the bottom, you then take your 1/2 inch male thread, which is what you're going to be using, and this, what would normally be a hose tail, is actually thread. So this thread will twist into thread of the actual collar. Alright, you just do something like that, and off you go. And you'll feel the resistance once you start reaching the actual hose itself. And it'll get tighter and tighter till such a point where you actually have to use 2 spanners, one to hold that and one to hold the actual end piece over here. Turn it all the way in, and that creates as good a seat and fitting as you would find with your traditionally crimped collars. The benefit of this system is that with your traditional collars, once this is crimped on and the hose fails somewhere near it, you basically are forced to buy a new fitting, because there is no way that you can remove this collar and reuse this male thread with a hose tail. Once you start grinding around here, it's really game over for this fitting. The beauty about the twisted fitting is that if a part of this hose fails, you just reverse the order by which you install. I have just shown you, and you can then use this twisted fitting again and again and again. Alright, so that's the beauty about this system. Obviously, with the clean access accessories, list of accessories, there is a protective sleeve that fits over this and will protect your collar from being scuffed on the ground, if it's dragged around at all, which hopefully it won't be. Alright, so I hope this shows you the benefits of having the twisted fitting. Beautiful product by Clean Access. They've come up with this invention, and they've got a wonderful wide range of accessories for your cleaning in the food manufacturing space. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to showing some more videos about the Clean Access range. Thanks.